Hi, I'm Mark Dunn, your Merchant Services Trainer. In this short video, I'm going to compare and contrast the two parts of merchant bank card, issuing and acquiring. Use of a credit card always involves a cardholder and a merchant. The cardholder is making a purchase from a merchant who is accepting the card as a form of payment. This reveals the two sides of every bank card transaction. The cardholder side, which we call issuing, and the merchant side, which we call acquiring. If there was only one bank that issued all of the credit cards and also enrolled all of the merchants for card acceptance, merchant processing would be a lot simpler and easier. But in the United States today, we have over 3,000 banks. So, in most cases, the cardholder bank is not the same as the merchant processing bank. And this makes the processing of credit and debit card transactions quite a bit more complicated. But let's step back a moment and consider the two entities that are at the center of bank card processing. These two entities are Visa and MasterCard. Visa and MasterCard started off as not-for-profit associations of banks. In 2006 and 2008, they both became public companies. These card brands manage the infrastructure of bank card to make the system of cards and transactions work smoothly. As we said a moment ago, there are two major functional activities to the bank card world, issuing and acquiring. The functions are carried out by the banks that are members of the card brand networks. Bank card issuers produce card programs for card holders. Almost everyone has seen Capital One Bank's television commercials with the theme, "What's in your wallet?" Well, that's bank card issuing. Almost every bank in America has a bank card issuing program. Issuing is a very profitable business for banks. Bank card acquirers, on the other hand, provide bank card transaction services for merchants. Acquiring is typically not in the public eye, it's usually not advertised on television, and it receives far less attention. Acquiring often goes by the name Merchant Bank Card Services or just Merchant Services. Most banks do not have their own acquiring program. Acquiring requires a lot of specialized IT resources, highly experienced staff, and a large capital investment. Of all the banks in America, there are only a few dozen that have their own bank card acquiring program. Since we have an issuing bank on the cardholder side and an acquiring bank on the merchant side, there has to be some method for these two banks to split the money billed for the cost of transaction processing. And this is where interchange comes in. Interchange is the fee structure that balances the cost of processing and the risk of operating the bank card system between the issuing bank and the acquiring bank. Interchange is a bank-to-bank fee, and most of the money from interchange goes to the issuing bank. Interchange, as we have said many times, is not what the merchant pays. The merchant pays what is called merchant discount. Merchant discount is the set of fees that appears on the merchant statement. The reason we spend so much time talking about interchange is that interchange makes up between 60 and 80% of merchant discount. In fact, interchange is the largest single component of merchant processing. It's important to keep in mind that Granite Payment Alliance manages all of the relationships that enable merchant processing for your banking clients. You don't have to be an expert on the subjects of issuing and acquiring. Granite Payments has plenty of experts that you can rely on. If you have any questions, let us know. We'll be happy to talk you through it. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Mark Dunn.